So naturally, I pick up right back here in Mac Anu in the inconspicuous NPC cutscene alleyway behind town. And this is where we're going to build our combat mage for a little stick punch magic. Let's go ahead around the corner here so we're right next to the water. And let's see what I've got. Again, this is not an optimized build, and I'd probably tell you roundabout what I'd be looking for in terms of skills if I don't have it on me, if not for the actual item itself. If I know the item, I'll say it. Otherwise, I'll just sort of give you a roundabout idea of what I was looking at here. First off, looking at the gear, I'll pull it up in status. Silent Bomber is a fantastic weapon if you're going into melee attack as a Wave Master. There's only one weapon with a higher melee attack, and that's BT's Wand, as far as Wave Masters go. Unfortunately, that wand has given me more grief than any other rare item I've ever farmed for, and more than any has a right to. I actually did try a few farming runs for it here this week when I finally had the idea spring in my mind to do this upload, and it was to no avail. I had one offered to me to borrow, but I felt that was kind of against the spirit of this, as this is my revisiting of my first video. Silent Bomber will fit the bill more so because of my character's unique physical traits. Being a large-bodied, tall, male Wave Master gives him all of the physical benefits a Wave Master normally couldn't use for the life of him. But with Silent Bomber in hand at level 80, you could see I'm starting in a root town with no buffs on me with a physical attack of 40. Not the greatest stat by any means, but for a Wave Master, that's pretty damn big. Even bigger than that is the physical accuracy of 89. I'm going to hit. Now, Wave Masters do have an incredibly slow physical attack, so that's something to keep in mind there. Raven's Crest, it's a level 82 light head armor. Highest one I've come across so far. There are higher ones. The Gold Crown comes to mind. The big thing on it is fall rep. If I get in trouble, I can full heal out of this thing. Also, it's only taking one away from my accuracy and evasion, and that's about as good as you could hope for, really. The Sublime Stole, honestly, I run it as an all-rounder because I like having access to Rig Same and Rig Geem. I used to have the Celestial Robes. I gave them away. I kind of regretted it at the point of this upload. I really should have done the due diligence and got another. The stats I'm thinking would be slightly better. I would give up Rig Geem, but for this particular run, I kind of don't need it. Here we've got the War God Guard, which 11 times out of 10 is going to be my gloves of choice for this. Again, level 87 light hand armor. Good stats, not great stats, but it's buffing my attributes by 2 in elementals, and it gives me null damage. I've been told null damage stacks, and if that's the case, obviously you'd want 2 or 3 options on this because you're a Wave Master. And no matter how good your gear is, it's going to be tissue paper and melee. But that's not the only way to go about this, as you'll see as we get further along here. Last but not least are the Alert Greaves. Another instance of null damage, so I in fact do have 2. It's a level 87 light leg armor. Once again buffing the elemental stats by 2 and giving me that sweet 4 physical defense. So, base physical attack of 40, defense 59, accuracy 89, and evasion of 72. And I do know that if I run into any trouble whatsoever, I've got Stuck as a spell. It's a level 4 summon. It's non-elemental. Means I'm not going to get the flashy elemental hit, but as long as it's not magic tolerant, I can go ahead and get out of jail with Master Bomber. A little bit of pew pew. Not my goal though, because if it is magic tolerant, probably going to be punching it. Now to help me out here, I picked up some items. Got some Warrior's Blood. This will give me an extra 5 points in physical attack, so you're going to look at a 45 physical attack. Knight's Blood is going to give me a +5 in physical defense. Hunter's Blood would normally give a 15 in physical accuracy, but I'm already sitting on an 89. So, as a level 80 Wave Master, I'm going to be running through these fields with 99 physical accuracy. Makes you feel damn proud of your level 30 Heavy Blade, doesn't it? Go ahead, soak that in. Wave Master, 99 accuracy. Hermit's Blood's there for my normal build. It's not going to be used for this. Also picked up some Knight's Banes, because if a Knight's Bane hits on an enemy, its physical defense goes all the way to 0. And now all of a sudden, my 45 physical attack is damn potent. The Tarot Scrolls for Sleep or Paralyze would also be huge, as well as Charm. I kind of feel like Charm may be a step too far, because the whole goal of this is to show your physical prowess, not to have the enemies beat themselves up. So before we get into it, let's go ahead, set our shortcuts. Not going to need Regime. In fact, let's go ahead here. Just trying to decide what to change out for what. I think I'm going to put all of my blood buffs down in the L2 block, because I'm really not going to use that for much of anything. So let's go ahead, Warriors, Knights, and Hunters, and again, as a backup if need be, Stock. We've got Rig Same, got an open spot on R2 and Square, and that's going to be where we put our Knight's Blood. If I remember that it's an item. Knight's Bane, my apologies. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead, random battle this, and just sort of see what we get here as a warm-up. Again, we're in Makanu and offline mode, so obviously we're just going to cruise through just about anything. Fairy's Orb, Speed Charm, and let the festivities begin. That's 369 on a Nomadic Bones. Feel pretty good about that. Two hits for a Sled Dog. See the aerial fleet overhead. So yeah, in theory this works as well as you could hope. In practice, can it get through every bursting passed over aqua field available at the time of filming? That's the question. And here we are on the V's Place server. See the nice little steam blimp in the background going? And let's go ahead, gate in. You know what word we're looking for, bursting past over Aquafield. Level 1 Woodfield, as we'd expect it to be. Just because it's level 1 doesn't mean we're going to be kind. First battle comes up without us getting a chance to set up, and it's some Madgrass and some Disco Knives, and they're all taking 2,000 damage. 2172 to be exact. We pick up the death after dealing more than a good bit of it. So let's go around, pulling our mighty 29 off rig same. And let's embarrass the hell out of some level 1 monsters, huh? More Madgrass, there's 2748 for you, 2748 for that Disco Knife. Last Madgrass is just running around in circles, does not know what to do. We're pulling some excellent 0 experience here. Let's punch a Mandragora out of this rock here. That's right. Stick punch magic in full effect. Even more Madgrass and Disco Knives. This is going to be an easy field clear, as if I needed to say that about a level 1 Woodfield. Also not terribly worried about chests spawning in the background, if they so happen to. If there's treasure to pick up nearby, I'll pick some up, because obviously the stuff I bought wasn't cheap. Well, it was fairly cheap. It wasn't free, however, and a little bit of money to offset wouldn't hurt. Let's go ahead and just slap this Mandragora right into our key items. So fast it didn't even have time to scream. More Disco Knives, which are much like the musical genre, dead. Past these windmills that have evidently stopped turning out of fear of our mighty physical attack. Hell, that's what I'm going with. 2 more Madgrass down. Chest spawning in the background. But we don't have time for that with monsters to take out. Silent Bomber, we're kind of letting the pointy end do the talking. The Master Bomber has the evening off. We are bursting past this Aquafield. Treasure chest, what the hell, it's right here. Green Gale acquired. Quality treasure. Picked it up in the very first run. Madgrass thought it would be slick. Come in behind us, had a Disco Knife as well. Yeah, why not? We haven't used a Fortune Wire yet. Let's see what this risky treasure has. A little riskier than we thought. Pick up some leather armor. And another Madgrass comes up and attacks us while we weren't looking. Rectified that problem. Just one more portal left out here. We've got a couple more Madgrass to deal with. That's the all clears. We knock out this Disco Knife, and that's how long it took for Rig Same to wear off. Normally, you don't plan on clearing an entire field with one Rig Same. Normally, you're not running a level 1 Woodfield with a level 80 Wave Master. There's one thing that could be said about this run. It ain't normal. Go ahead and reapply our buffs just for fun. By the way, here are our finalized stats. Again, not an optimized build, but as good as it's going to get for this. 45 physical attack, 64 defense, accuracy at 99, and evasion at 72. I've built worse. This is, you could see, slightly different than the traditional bursting past over Aquafield dungeon. I believe this part just procedurally generated. There goes a Deadly Moth with 1,883 of the finest damage our Wave Master could offer, picking up a Gale Breath for the show. Hoist this immature egg up with our, beefy sculpted punching hands, and punch an antidote right out of that barrel. Three Madgrass in this room, and I've got a sinking feeling that the stairs down are up and to the right, so I'm going to backtrack here. Ignore that chest. And take out this bottom sort of branching path. Yeah, that looks very much like a dead end, and really should have been clued in by that end room. Pretty classic dead end shape there, that little sort of rectangle with a cutout. Take out two moths and a Madgrass, all on one hit, picking up a Gale Breath and yet another immature egg, because you love it when they shout immature egg. Here's a portal in the middle of a 90-degree turn room that I accidentally turned the proper way for. If you look at my earlier uploads, they were all devoid of turning the proper direction. A good deal of them were missing speed charms because I still didn't quite get the purpose of going fast. Two more Deadly Moths, proving their names a little bit inaccurate. Probably 2 letters too long, honestly. But that's enough me trash-talking monsters I could easily defeat, at least for this wing. And back to the hub we go. Just sort of ambling on. Got a room right beneath us. These rooms are really great because you could just let the enemy run up to this wall and then cast. Not going to be what we're doing though, because Madgrass can put you to sleep. Disco Knives, however, relatively benign to us. They're dealing 1, we're healing 29. Nothing too scary out of this thus far. Next portal. Another Deadly Moth, another Disco Knife, another easy victory. Gonna wander our way down into the bottom right corner here. Got another one of these insert rooms. Just gonna take the traditional run around, catch the portal as it opens. One more Grass and Disco Knife taken down, as well as our rig same. Since that buff's gone, we'll just take time, open both chests there. Picked up yet another death. Not much to do at this point, but head down to floor number 2. Again in offline mode. Bursting past over Aquafield is your tutorial dungeon, and it is 2 floors deep because that is your minimum number of floors. Let's see if this one is. Got a long corridor leading to a long sort of hub room, and we can't tell jack squat me on that till we get further in. Looks like we've got a dead end on the branching path from the side out. Take out these 2 Deadly Moths. Again, collecting all the 0 experience we could eat. And what I thought was a dead end is actually 2 more intersections with some stairs down. Now, I would have gone back, and then I remembered the door's locked behind you. However, this gives us a chance to see the newest enemy into the mix, some Swordmanoids. You may have been expecting Goblin Wizards, goodness knows I was. At least something in that chain. Maybe Magical Goblin, I can't remember what the lowest iteration of them is. Either way, I was getting all excited to punch one, and it turned out to be Swordmanoids. Pick up a golden egg there for golden egg's sake. And there goes 2 more Madgrass. Down way at the end of this bottom corridor, we've got ourselves a dead-end room past this tiny room. We'll let that golden egg go for now. It hasn't annoyed us enough quite yet. 1 deadly moth certainly has, though. That's 1883 to the gullet. And do moths have gullets? Shut up, golden egg. Well, I still contemplate the anatomy of a moth. I'm just going to keep running here. No, I'm actually going to keep walking here. Time to refresh the buffs. We are now buffless. We are not as buff as we need to be, and that is a problem because we are here to be buff. And we got the stuff. Back to that big old important hub room, which takes us to the big old important intersections to tell us we're heading to the big old 3rd floor eventually. Let's clear out this area off to the far left of the map before heading to the bottom left and our exit to floor 3. Next portal up. 1562 and then a 1770, so we don't get full power on either of the deadly moth hits. Do recover in time for the Madgrass though, as though the hits we got even at partial damage weren't more than enough. Punched the crap out of that corpse too. A little disappointed it didn't have an item inside. 2 Swordmanoids up, 2 Swordmanoids down. Not even worth talking about. We're already at the door just waiting for the gate. It's going to open now and we are through. 1 more portal here. And then we get to backtrack for yet another portal. See how this works? 2748. That is 1 nice capper. What I would call the adequate level of damage if you're going to punch a piece of grass. Because you don't want to half-ass it. Like, you don't want to just barely beat up a piece of grass, you know? That's kind of embarrassing. Nobody ever wants to be sitting there, yeah, I was fighting a mutant plant, and I just did enough. I hung in there till just the end. Beat the shit out of that thing. There's a risky treasure. We got hit by poison gas. We don't care though. We're going to shrug that off. Normal wave masters would just use an antidote. Normal wave masters aren't pulling 29 off rig same. This is just the kind of danger we needed and the kind of neon pink glow that gives us that 80s vibe that is so chic right now. Does that mean Sheik's back? Laced Iron Sheik? 2 more Madgrass down. Swordmanoids looking on, they're not sure what to do, so we help them to the ground gently. Before smashing the hell out of that warrior. Already see the stairs down to floor 4, and we are all about it. Bring us 4 floors of fun. Also bring us more Swordmanoids because they go down to a satisfying 1883. That's right, I said it. Satisfying. Picking up a green gale out of the portals. And a gale breath from the chest that's been there the whole time. Here's a semicircle room with nothing of interest, save for a gale breath and another dead body. Let's punch it to smithereens and grab that antidote we're not using. Into the cutoff room we go. 2 Madgrass. We know the drill. They had 60 hit points. 60 wasn't nearly enough. Say hi to the lava there, because lava doesn't threaten us. Mainly due to the invisible walls, but also due to our false machismo over this staff. Pick up a restorative and a health drink by playing patty cake with a couple very fragile vases. And then come in here to take out a Madgrass and yet another Swordmanoid. Chest at the end of the hall gives us the Hanged Man. We're not going to punch him. We're going to safely put him away in our 100% natural fibers tote, because caring about the environment is cool whether you're punching things or casting. There's your PSA. Moving back towards the stairs down and whatever on earth is underneath them. I just noticed there's a door past that. I think I'd notice it a little quicker because it's bright friggin' red on the map, but you gotta give me credit. It's been a long day. Moving past this square room, dodging the dude in the cage, which is weird under any context he wound up in that cage. Here's some more mad grass. Let's punch the hell out of them. 2748 for you, 2748 for you. Look under your chair. There's 2,748 damage. And to the next room we go. This room is a big, long, upside-down T. It's got some madgrass in it and a swordmanoid that really likes hanging out with madgrass. Poison is still there, Rig Same has worn off, and we're still toughing it through. This is probably as much danger as we're going to be in this entire dungeon. 1146, it's tick tick ticking away, down to 1132. Will we last? Will we have to call a mulligan? Will Gohan have to pull the God statue for us, is what I'm asking. Are we going to make Trunks go back in a time machine because we just won't fix the heart condition? Sorry. That saga bugged me. Poison wears off, not a moment too soon, and just because we're feeling refreshed, let's foul rep and make it official. That's 1482 to us. We punched ourselves to full health. Floor 4 it is. Big, long passed over Aquafield. But that looks suspiciously like a statue room, and it also looks suspiciously like we need another damn speed charm. In case you're wondering why I'm swearing every time we slow down, it's because me want go fast. Moving to the next room, we have an immature egg that won't shut up, so we'll pluck it. And we missed? We missed a friggin' disco knife? What on earth were we doing? It's floating right in front of our faces. Guys, how did we... So we take another disco knife out here and then a swordmanoid. Here comes a little square room. These rooms are great because you can make things run around forever and ever and ever, and battle mode's off. And look, I can see you. I can see you, but you can't reach me because we're walled off. And then I run around and punch your friend. That's two swordmanoids gone, and me being a giant jerk about it. Let's call it what it is. Generally, if you're building a physical combat build with a Wave Master, you're kind of doing it to be a giant jerk. But that doesn't mean it's not fun. Risky treasure there, we'll leave that on its own. Always leave a survivor to tell the tale. Here comes another insert room. More swordmanoids. Perhaps the swordmanoid should have avoided us. That's all I'm saying. Seeing nothing but dead ends on every route here, so this is in fact our fourth and final floor in the V's place bursting past over Aquafield. Last portal to go, little upside down tea room, giving us a disco knife that's already gone and a madgrass that is short after to follow it. In fact, we take both of those monsters out before the all clear comes up. Let's go ahead and very gently, delicately open this antique treasure chest. It's going to give us the death, and we're going to be a little ticked about that, so punch the barrel, punch the barrel, punch the barrel. Goodbye crate. Smack the crate. Hit the crate. Tap the barrel forcefully. disengage the barrel and obliterate the barrel. I think that's it. That's all of the violence we could afford on breakable objects in that room because there was only 9. Also, don't ask me why disengage was in there. It just came into my head. Treasure chest time. We get miner's gloves, a health drink, and one of the speed charms we burned. Fantastic run. V's place bursting past over Aquafield. Let's go ahead. Sprite Ocarina out. And on to the next. And to continue this little whirlwind tour of bursting past over Aquafield, we are of course going to Shining Darkness, the old frowny face server. Let's go ahead, pop a Fairy's Orb, and oh look, do nothing else, because surprise of surprises, there's an ambush on Shining Darkness. Who saw that coming, huh? Picking up some Gale Breath there. And a Nomad's Hood, so at least we're getting paid well for it. Almost popped a second Fairy's Orb out of sheer surprise. Go ahead, get buffed up. And yeah, let's just continue punching things in the face. So much fun last time. Gotta do it again, right? Coming up on this rise here, this is a very hilly passed over Aquafield. Bandana there. So we're getting all kinds of headgear out of this. But no specific headgear, which I believe is an armor. See some moving windmills. They haven't realized we're here yet. These disco knives and madgrass are about to find out the hard way, though. There's more 2748s to the snout. Disarming a treasure chest here, and that's going to give us some quality leather armor. Good for D&D rogues, bad for .hack anything. Go ahead, punch this sucker here. Boom! Punch the Mandragora right out of the ground, and let's go ahead sock the Apanid out of that symbol. That's right, it could have given it to me, instead I punched it. More 2748s to hand out like it's Christmas, and we're already on our way. No time for those treasure chests, kids. We got work to do. Next portal up's going to give us disco knives like they were a Ronco rotisserie set giveaway offer. You may have to look that one up. That one's probably a bit before most of your time. If not, well, just set it and forget it. Yes, I know that wasn't for the knives, but I don't have a tin can to slice here. You'll just have to trust me, it stays sharp enough to hack the tomato after. More madgrass that are going down like crazy fast, and a disco knife that's not getting away from anyone. We, however, are busting our way over. Another symbol. Let's go ahead, pop that. Get some Rig Same refreshed out of it, because we don't want to run out of healing. Never going to run out of healing. More madgrass to take down here, because variety is the spice of life, and this spice is a touch bland. Maybe we'll run into something a bit different in the dungeon. You never know with these. Make our way through those trees there. 2 more portals to go and a Spring of Mist. Go ahead, take out these disco knives, and then let's head over and say hi to the creepiest single thing in the .hack universe. But first, lo and behold, another ambush. This time, we surprise it as much as it surprises us, and that first disco knife looked like it died of shock more than damage. I swear to you I hit the button, but I didn't see a visual pop up. Maybe we're just that strong. There's that headgear I was talking about. Let's go ahead and chuck it in the lake, huh? Nah, it's a sunny day. We should really throw something weapon-wise in. I don't got anything weapon-wise. At least not... Well, it's bursting past over Aquafield. Just for you guys, I'll chuck in a Mage Spear. Again, see the creepiest thing on the planet, Mishira level 1, and a disco knife sneaking up behind it. Have our little conversation with Mishira as the disco knife contemplates attacking us there. Took a pretty good hack. Consolation, we're going to get that Mage Spear back. Getting our robes shredded to ribbons. Going to get a golden axe and silver axe with it. And then we're going to turn around. Enough. Enough from the disco knife. It was annoying, you know. Don't you hate it when monsters come up and attack you while you're trying to have a rational conversation with an animated water droplet? I mean, honestly, the nerve of some animated swords. One more portal to go. It's right next to the dungeon here. Save the best for last. It's a disco knife. It's a madgrass. All portals clear, all monsters punched, and in we go. Say hi to the happy hawk over the dungeon, and send our happy posteriors into said dungeon. Man, if that faded out a half second quicker, that little delayed speech would have been a touch better. Fairies orb this first floor, and before we go any further, we're going to re-up the buffs just so I'm not out of speed charm. Other ones not terribly worried about. Now, if you remember the V's Place server and the first floor of that bursting past over Aquafield, it looked a lot like this one is, so I'm just going to run it the exact same way and expect the exact same result. In fact, if this ends up being a 4-floor dungeon, we can pretty safely assume what the area server program is going to generate for bursting past over Aquafield if you don't do any augments to the parameters. And that's just my assumption that the parameters haven't been augmented. Maybe somewhere down the road the plan was to go ahead and make them true to what they were in infection as far as priority and stuff goes. I don't know how you get that information. I just know that deadly moths take 1,883 points of damage from my fist. Grabbing another immature egg because we need some lean protein on the way in. I guess it's not super lean if the immature egg has a yolk. Maybe we're just having immature egg whites, which I guess would be soft boiled. There goes another disco knife and madgrass. Purple lava, folks. Into the next room we go. 2 more moths. They're not making it far. Hope you didn't take time to name them. I'm going to say the one that only took 1,500 damage was lucky. The hanged man out of that chest missed what we got out of the altar because I am just sort of zipping through this. Basically want to see if I can finish this floor with that band-aid. Guess not, it just fell off as I was saying that. Pass up on that immature egg, don't want to be a pig, don't want to take them all. One more deadly moth, not as deadly as it thought. Again, easy to talk shit when you're a level 80 wave master in a level 1 dungeon. 2748 to the disco knife, 1883 to moth number 1, and 1581 to moth 2 because, hey, we're not a machine. We get tired. We're only people. Fortune wire on the risky treasure, making it much less risky and allowing us to turn the fortune wire we would have got from stupidly opening it before using one into a leather coat. That's what you call making the most out of the little materials available. Disco knife is down before I could even register the thought, leaving us 1 and 1 after the madgrass is felled. Now they're all gone, so I guess it doesn't matter how awkwardly I phrased that sentence. One more risky treasure to defuse and then open, giving us a nomad's hood. If variety is the spice of life, well, we are getting some rather spicy treasure here. More madgrass, more clipped madgrass. Picking up the death out of that chest, and ski-daddling. You heard it here, technical term, ski-daddling. More purple, oh so purple lava. Maybe that's like aromatherapy lava. Got a little lavender scent going. Nice relaxing dungeon crawl. Pop in some Kenny G. That's also before your time if you're watching this. Second floor of the dungeon. It's a whole bunch of big corridors. So yeah, this looks to be pretty much a carbon copy of V's Place. How weird is that? I guess this is just what the area server program defaults to when you put in bursting past over Aquafield. Gives you level 1 wood. And, lets you run out like this. Treasure chest dropping back here at the old altar. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I guess it's more of a stage than an altar. Nice raised platform. So we know this way should be a dead end. That golden egg is going to stay there at least till I get sick of it on the back track. Take out the mad grass first. Leave one behind as I dispose of that deadly moth, because finishing at 2748 is one hell of a power flex. Picking up a green gale out of that chest and working our way to the dead end through this short room here that's going to have an egg bouncing at us. Stupid golden eggs. Always got to make their presence known. Not that they're really stupid, just sort of coming at it from a bit of a dark place. I guess it's not the egg's fault. I shouldn't take it out on it, even if that bouncing sound is rather persistent. Into the room we go. Leave that little warrior body there. I'm sure we'll come across others in the next couple floors to punch the heck out of, and punch the heck out of it we will. As promised, we pick up the golden egg and continue on our way, while I talk like an auctioneer in slow motion. Stairs down are once again to the bottom left, so we're just going to continue straight left here after punching out this mad grass, and lo and behold, it's Swordmanoid picking up more of that sweet 1883 on the damage dealing. Now you know the common link between a giant moth and man. It's taking 1883 to the face. There goes our speed charm. Which means there goes everything else. But it's cool. We had just upped rig same in the previous room. And we get a risky treasure here to boot. So nice little reward for us. Nice leather coat. Maybe we'll sew a patch on it. Who knows? Maybe we'll rip the sleeves off. Replace them with denim sleeves. Who knows? That would be sort of silly. But a little bit more breathable, I suppose. It is August. I'm thinking comfort. Deadly Moth is down, and we are moving into the next room. The portal didn't even disappear from the mini-map by the time I had reached the door. Last portal on this floor is going to give us a pair of mad grass, and we are slightly madder than they were. Absolutely no sound effects coming from the character end of things. Got some sweet listening to the background music there because I finally shut my yap. Hate to get in those segments where I just keep rambling on and on and on and I just won't shut up and I keep talking. It's probably pretty annoying for you. Thanks for hanging in this long. Now that I've yacked my way through all that backtracking, we're getting to the real final portal of this floor because like a yutz, I forgot it existed. One moth, one punch, not even worth our time. Moving to the stairs down for floor number 3. Time to grab a drink. Three floors down. One more fairy orb used. Now I really forget how this floor goes. I truly wasn't expecting them to be exactly the same. So, bit surprising. Okay, there we go. There's the stairs down. Now it's feeling familiar. Swordmanoid 1 down, Swordmanoid 2 down, Deadly Moth down, and only thing taking more than 2,000 damage down. Let's punch a fortune wire right through that risky treasure and pick up yet more leather armor. Provides decent protection, I suppose, and also looks stylish. Swordmanoids 1, 2, and 3 gone, followed by the mad grass they brought along. Pick up a green gale out of the chest, and the death out of the chest that was sitting there. The fascinating thing for me is that my memory is usually pretty spotty. So I get into these little moments where I know it's the same and yet parts of it don't feel quite right, but I know it is. It's a weird sort of feeling. I sort of trick myself into thinking there aren't as many similarities as there really are. There's a leather coat in the moon, and a green gale out of the chest we were expecting. So 3 for 1 there, nice bonus, moving back into the semicircle and working our way to the far left of this here map. First, let's destroy these urns. Get an antidote out of that. Remind you of last time out when we went ahead, took the poison, just to show how tough we were. This time, I don't know. Maybe we'll get a tattoo of something. Like a tiger. All top wave masters have tattoos of tigers, right? Amateur blades, awesome. I thought we all could use a little break there. Making our way back in. That was a lot of talking by me. This whole damn video has been a lot of talking by me. Beat the hell out of that warrior's body. It had a health drink, evidently not so healthy for it. Madgrass down, and that just leaves some swordmanoids. They decide to take a hack at us because their judgment is less than stellar. We're up to 40 different items. Go ahead and drop that brigandine. That's crazy. Not terribly worried about dropping items here because nothing we're getting here is super valuable. But it is kind of neat that we've exceeded the 40 item limit running bursting past over Aquafield. Granted, I did have a couple extras in my inventory already, but you know. Picking up yet more amateur blades. And the Hanged Man. I believe that pretty well explores this floor. Did I leave a portal over on the bottom right? Nope. I guess we're going to floor number 4. Let's go ahead and finish this out like a champ. One more Fairy's Orb. There you can see the statue room, upper right corner, just like we expected. Also, Rig Sam wore off, just like we expected. And back in we go. First room's 2 swordmanoids. We'll take them out and leave the immature egg there to think about what it did. Couple Madgrass to open up here, and like a putz, we miss our first swing. Guys, that's 50 push-ups for us for the miss. That's just unacceptable. Freaking amateur hour here. Can't be doing stick punch, miss it. It's stick punch magic. More amateur blades and another brigandine that got away as we move to the next room. And again, this is one of these great rooms that allows you to run over here to this corner and be like, hey guys, you can't reach me from there, but one was too smart and it was disco knives. Disco knives just fly over and then everything else follows because, of course, if a bunch of floating knives can do it, why can't people in animated grass? They're not that dumb. Sheesh. Moving to a square room here with a swordmanoid and a Madgrass and another swordmanoid. My Uncle Larry. I'm just kidding. I have no Uncle Larry because I just punched him to dust. Sorry, Uncle Larry. Yet another portal to take out here. There's a disco knife that was, and there's some Madgrass that you never saw unless you did. Leaving that chest there, you know, for my friends who may or may not have saw that Madgrass that wasn't there, feel free, help yourself. It's probably a leather coat. Moving back up here and to the right, one more portal, and then the room full of breakable stuff and, oh yeah, treasure. Madgrass down, all portals cleared, and disco knife disengaged. See, I keep using disengage in this room. Not intentional, but I just remembered I did that on V's place. Oh! I just discarded the health drinks. I guess I'm taking that Brigandine. There's a wristband. We definitely don't want a wristband. We got the stamp. They know we're here for the concert. There's the Hanged Man. Let's go ahead and break open some barrels here. In fact, let's take out all 6 barrels first. Then we'll come back, sweep that back row of crates out. Because that's how we roll. Do pick up a restorative. Coming along the back here. Picking up some holy saps and oh no. Just discarded all of my healing elixirs for a single holy sap. Guys, don't mash the circle button. Second time I've done that with this character. Well, let's go ahead and check out the statue chest. We get a worm hide. Let's go ahead and exchange something for that. How about this frickin' holy sap that just cost us how much gold? And a health drink. Let's cancel that because we don't deserve any health drinks at this point. And a speed charm. Just like that. That's the old frowny face server, and we are in fact frowny facing because our dumbasses just discarded 90 healing elixirs. But I'm off to Root Town to rectify that.